Okay, post-shooting on the American Tactical Polymer pistol that I bought here recently, the Alfa Maxx in 5.56. Alright, so I went out today. I had issues with the sight I put on, but first thing, if you would please hit the like button and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. And also for the YouTube AI, I am not trying to sell, promote, or advertise anything on the channel, okay? Outside, to violate the YouTube policy. Alright, so we took our American Tactical gun out again. And I put a sight on it, and the sight kind of failed. I don't know if the gun was just, the vibration and shock was too much for it. The fact it's a polymer receiver, is it flexing and threw the sight off? I don't know. But that was the first issue. So I came home and I started cleaning the gun. And like I said, I've seen videos where these things have fallen apart. Like the second time the guy tried cleaning it, no accuracy issues. So when I was cleaning the pistol, I've noticed, and today I think I put about 40 rounds through it, so 60 the last time. We're say 100 to 110 rounds have been fired in the firearm. One thing it did do is the pin's loosened up. It's easier to get it apart. But I started looking and inspecting the gun and found some unusual things. One is that wear and scratching on the buffer itself. I've never seen that. 100 rounds, and it's pretty on its edge here. It's actually kind of rough. It's like battering it, something fierce. So I don't know about that. Okay, that's kind of suspicious to begin with. With the upper receiver, nothing really weird in there other than where that chunk of metal reinforcement down inside there's a thing in that. There's a little bit of wear on that. It is aluminum, but nothing too scary. Everything else looks fine there. But when we get to the bolt, I'm going to move the camera around so we can get up close and look at it. I found some, for 110 rounds, there's, all guns are going to wear, but not to this extent. And it's making me a little nervous. But we'll take a look at it here. Alright, the first thing is the charging handle. There's a lot of wear on that. I mean, I haven't been pulling it in and out, but there's wear on the charging handle. The bolt carrier itself has some wear up at the top here. And that's just normal. Not much, but then let's look at the back end where it batters the buffer, but nothing there. Okay, so nothing too suspicious here. But when we get to the bolt itself, this is where we start to notice, I don't know if you can see, get over here, on the lugs itself, there's wear, lots of wear, like up on the corners and the edges. Yeah, there, that's better. There's lots of wear. You can see it on the edges. You see the bright spots, on there. The whole backside of the bolt, or the lugs, have wear on them. and that's not a good sign. Okay, that means there's some trouble with the lockup. Now, I went, just to make sure I ain't panicking and talking crazy, I went and got a bolt and the charging handle out of a gun that I've had for several years, and maybe let's say 800 to 1,000 rounds has been put through it over the years. Okay, and that was new when I got it. And as you see, the charging handle, no wear as compared to this one here. Okay, so I find that odd. And actually the bolt, when you look at it, does have wear on it. Okay, there is wear, not so much in the front, a little in the back, and some on the back edges, which is probably normal for, you know, a bolt. Let me see. But nothing like we're seeing on this. So let me think. You know, so looking at this, and I don't know if you could have seen it, I'll have to edit everything in it, but there's wear. There's heavy wear. Either this bolt is piss poor quality in terms of material, or what's happening is when this thing is functioning, there's flexibility or something that's causing stress or wear, unusual wear on these parts. Could be either or, but like I said, I've owned a lot of AR-15 rifles, and I've not seen that at 100 rounds, especially what's happening to that buffer. That buffer's getting beat up, which is odd. I don't know if it's because of the polymer or not, and I know there's going to be all these people, I got thousands of rounds in my gun, blah, 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 and everything else. And this firearm has fired all the rounds. Okay, all the ammo, I run through it. Like I said, other than the one bad reload that jammed in the chamber, but everything else has functioned flawlessly, you know, no issues, no nothing. Actually, I got to where using iron sights, I was hitting something at 50 yards once I figured out how to put some sights on there. But, you know, the thing is, and you know, some people have reviewed these guns and they fell apart just disassembling them. Alright, so it's either or. Me, I kind of had my suspicions. I did this just because to get information out, but it doesn't look good. It looks like this gun will probably, you know, wear out. I'm not going to go and buy, you know, 200 some units or, you know, of ammo, spend my money on ammo just to run this till it breaks to send it back and see what they say. I would kind of avoid these. And, you know, there are people out there that shoot them, like them, and that, but I believe that these things will wear out way faster than any budget aluminum built AR-15. That's just the long and short of it. I kind of don't like this, and I'd like to warn everyone to kind of avoid, in my opinion, avoid it. Okay, avoid them. I mean, they're dropping the prices on guns that are made out of aluminum, okay, right down to the same price point of these polymer guns, which made them a little bit more desirable because of the price point. But no, nowadays, no. All right, so thank you and stay tuned.